Forget Me Not, A Letter to My Mother opened in movie theaters across South Korea. The film tells the story of single mothers forced to put their children up for adoption. Its director wanted to understand how her own mother came to such a decision. Yeon-seung reports.
And I feel that I do belong here in Korea. I hope my mother is well. I hope she watches the film because I made it for her. And I hope that if she watches it, she will understand that I don't have any resentment towards her.
Film director Shin Sun-hee was given two names when she was a baby, Lisbeth and Sun-hee. One from her Danish adoptive parents, but the other she wasn't sure. Sun-hee grew up wondering about who had named her. Could it have been her South Korean birth mother, a woman she had never met? So in 2002, she headed to South Korea in search of some answers.
It was such a big shock for me to realize that there was a country and there was a people and I could blend in for the first time in my life. It was such a strong experience of being anonymous and also feeling very comfortable.
But despite 20 years of separation, Sun-hee's birth mother refused to meet her.
I was just absolutely devastated with that news. I broke down in tears.
The film Forget Me Not, A Letter to My Mother covers a subject rarely discussed. What leaves single mothers in South Korea with no choice but to give up raising their own child? After spending 2 years at a single mother shelter and meeting with over 20 different women, Sun-hee felt like she was able to understand her mother's decision. She realized that for single mothers in Korea, sometimes the decision isn't entirely up to them.
근데 진짜 엄마 아빠만 허락하면 키우고 싶은데.
Sometimes it's members of their extended family, teachers, and even people at work who weigh in on the decision. But not everyone shares the burden afterwards.
People don't care about a woman's trauma after sending her child away, and there's no therapy or help for them. The whole thing is just swept under the rug, but it's the woman and the children who have to live with the decision.
After 8 years since the project began, the film finally opened in theaters on Thursday, delivering director Shin Sun-hee's own message to her birth mother. Yeon-seung, Arirang News.